here we are. This is Linux Mint Cinnamon 22.2. This is the default desktop environment. So as we can see here, default desktop background. And before I go any further, the first thing I'm going to do is check for the software updates. So I'm going to come down here, select the app menu. We're going to select into administration or just hover over, scroll down, and we can select update manager. I shouldn't have any updates, but we're still going to do a check for, as we can see here. So nope, no system updates at this time. So what we're going to do is close out of this. Another way that we can run our updates is Control-Alt-T for the shortcut key to open up our terminal. And there we go. And from here we can do sudo apt update, enter, type in our super secret password. And all packages up to date. If they were not, we would do sudo apt upgrade -y, which we're just going to do anyway. There's nothing to run, so we're going to clear that here. And if we have any flat packs installed, we could do sudo flatpak update, clear that out. And of course, if we have snap packages, we could do sudo snap refresh, which we do not. All right, and that is going to be it for the software updates. All right, in this video part, we're going to share the system specs and the system resource usage. So we're going to come down here to the app menu. I'm going to open up preferences and then scroll down through this sub menu until we get to system info. Should be coming up right here. And in this system information screen, we can see we are currently working with the Linux Mint 22.2 Cinnamon Edition. The version number is 6.4.8. Our CPU is an Intel Celeron N4100 with 4 cores. Current memory is at about 8 gigs. It is 8 gigabytes, but it's registering 7.6. The disk space is 128 gigs. And we are currently using a Lenovo 300E Gen 2 device, which is a 2-in-1, so it does have keyboard and touchscreen. Close this out here. Come back down to the app menu, and now we're going to look at system resource usage. So I'm going to go ahead and come up to administration, and then I'm going to go into disk usage analyzer. And from here, we can see we do have roughly about 112.9 gigs available out of the initial 128 gigs that we have on the drive. And that is with all the pre-installed and default applications, as well as the simple screen recorder, which I've installed to, of course, perform these walkthrough videos. We're going to close out of this here, come back to the app menu, back into administration, and for system usage, we're going to go to system monitor. And we can see here at the top, we have our CPU usage, and we have 4 cores. I did see a spike at about 34% on this one here. And the lowest dip so far at about 20, maybe 21%. So I'd say roughly between 20 and 34% usage across these 4 cores. And on memory, we are currently using 1.4 gigs out of the 8 gigabyte total. So only about 16.7%. But keep in mind that is while using the actual simple screen recorder. So this is not completely at idle. And we're going to go ahead and close out of this here. And that's going to be it for this one. All right, in this video part, we're going to introduce the desktop environment. So as you can see here, this is our default installed desktop background. Down here at the bottom, we have our dock or panel. And on the left side, we have some of the default applications. On the right side, we have our system tray, if you will. And I'm just going to go ahead and dive into the system tray first. So this first icon here is going to be for our update manager. Next icon is just for the simple screen recorder tool that I'm currently using, which is right here. Then we have our Bluetooth settings. So of course, if we want to connect or pair devices, we can do so. As well as our network settings. So we can select this here, come into network settings or network connections. Then we have sound settings. So we can jump in there and configure the output and or input. And last but not least is going to be power settings. So from here, we can control our brightness because of course, power consumption. Select into power settings. We can configure these options here, as well as view the battery state of charge and how long until charge complete. And finally, we do have the date and time. And we can select in those settings to make some additional format changes, which we will do in just a moment. And then we're going to go ahead and close back out of here. And then next, we're going to go ahead and jump into the dock and panel. Okay, so to quickly run through these icons here, first one we have is Simple Screen Recorder. That's the tool that I'm using to do this walkthrough, followed by the terminal, Mozilla Firefox, which is our default web browser, and our file manager. This logo, Linux Mint logo, opens up the app menu. And on the left side here, we have our shutdown options. So we can shut down, restart, suspend, cancel to go back. Let's open that back up. This button here will log out. This one here will lock our screen if we need to step away. Then we have File Manager, Terminal, System Settings, Software Manager, and Mozilla Firefox. In the main app menu, if we hover over any one of these options, we can see the submenu opens. So we have all applications, which of course will show all applications, accessories, and in accessories, we have things like the calculator, document viewer, file manager, image viewer, notes tool, passwords vault, screenshot tool, text editor, USB image writer, and USB formatter. In graphics, we have document scanner. So if we scan any kind of documents or files to this device, this is how we can view. Then drawing, which is kind of like a whiteboard / paint tool. Internet, we have Mozilla Firefox for our default browser. Matrix is an alternative to like Microsoft Teams or Google Meet / Google Chat. Thunderbird Mail is just an alternative email client. It does work with MailFence and ProtonMail. Office has the calendar and LibreOffice, which would be an alternative to Microsoft Office tools or Google Office tools. So from bottom, we have the writer, which is document, Impress, which is presentation, Draw, which is a publisher, and Calc, which is a spreadsheet tool. In sound and video, we have the video player, Celluloid, audio player, Rhythmbox, and simple screen recorder to, well, screen record and do these walkthroughs. In administration, we have the disk usage analyzer, driver manager, power statistics, printers, software manager, system monitor, terminal, system reports, update manager, users and groups. And in preferences, we have accessibility, account details, advanced network config. And then from here, we can jump into the backgrounds, our Bluetooth manager, color and theme, date and time, desktop, and a bunch of different tools here. However, we can also jump into a lot of these from the system settings, and we'll go ahead and do that next. All right, so in this one, we're going to go ahead and start to customize our desktop environment a bit, and I want to jump into the app menu. Let's go into system settings, and from here in the appearance tab, we can go into backgrounds, and I'm going to pick one that has some green in it. So these are the default Linux Mint ones. Then we have some default wallpapers here, so you can scroll through any of these, make your selection. I'm going to go back, and I'll probably do this one here. So you just select it, it'll auto change. We can go back. Then let's go into themes. And we're going to go ahead and change the theme from mixed to dark. And then I'm going to change the color to this green option here. And we can see small things like this has changed right here, folder color. And I think if we jump in here, yes, the folder color should change there too. And we can see the highlight of green around that search box. All right, let's go ahead and go back. And as well, from in here, we can make some preference changes to things like accessibility. I'm good with that though for now. I'm going to do date and time. And under date and time, what I would like is to display the date. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So Monday, November 3rd, and keep the time there. I'm good with leaving seconds off. Go back. Then we're going to come down a little bit here. I'm going to click into, actually let's do desktop first. So under desktop, we can enable some of the icons to appear. So like our home folder and our trash can. And then let's go ahead and go back. I'm going to click into panel here. And we can see it highlights the panel. I'm going to resize this window just a bit. Bring this up. Okay, so auto hide panel options right here, always show panel, which I'm probably going to leave that, but if you'd like to auto hide, it will do exactly that. But now for it to appear, we actually have to hover to get it to pop open, or to intelligently hide. When we bring a window into that space, it'll actually push the dock out of the way, or panel. All right, let's go back to always show. We can make the panel height a little larger if we wish. I'm actually okay with this. And then we can configure some of these options and settings here. So for left zone, we see that font size, allow the theme to determine font size, which I prefer. And for the colored icons, these ones here, scale to panel size optimally, which I'm good with that as well. So even if I change this here, we can see it doesn't make any difference because I have it scaled. But if I wanted to make that change, I could make that change here. And on the right side, no different. We can keep the colored icon size. We can keep it at 24. We can go a little bit smaller. So like this one here. Go down to 16. We'll go back up to 24. And for the symbol icons, these ones here, we can make this a little larger if we wish, or back down. We're going to click back. And let's see if there's anything else I want to run through. Bluetooth we did, system info we did. That's good for me. So I'm going to go ahead and click out of here. Now, if we want to pin any applications to the panel here, we can just come in here, locate that application. So let's, for instance, say we want to do calculator. Right click, add to panel. And here we are. And if we want to remove it, right click, unpin, and it's gone. Now for desktop icons or launchers, we can do the same thing. Locate the item we want to put on the desktop. So let's just say LibreOffice. I can right click, add to desktop, and we can see here. Let's go ahead and open. And let's do mark as trusted. We see the icon changed. Give it just a minute, it might be loading. There we go. And there we have LibreOffice with the document tool, spreadsheet tool, presentation, and drawing publisher. Close out of that. If we want to remove it, we can right click and just delete. That will only delete the desktop file, so .desktop, and hit delete. We can come back in here and we still have LibreOffice. All right, that's going to be it for this one. All right, in this video part, we're going to show how we can install new applications. And then we're going to walk through how to use some of the applications just to show how we can perform viewing images, documents, and even playback video or audio. So we're going to go ahead and click into the app menu, come up to Software Manager. And I will say on the first initial time of this, it does take a moment because it has to kind of cache everything in there in this catalog. So we're going to go ahead and maximize this window. And right here we have our search bar, our featured section, and the different categories shown here, from accessories, internet, sound and video, all the way down to graphics, science, and all applications. So for me, I want to install a new browser. So we're going to do Brave. And we're going to select this option here. And right here, it tells us which package type. This one is a Flatpak from FlatHub. So we're going to go ahead and hit install. Hit continue. There we go, it's installing. And right here, this just gives us a quick overview so we can sift through these images and scroll down to learn a little bit more about this package install. So size is 1.2 gigabytes to download and about 3.7 gigabytes of disk space required. It is the 1.84.132 version, and we can see that it's coming from FlatHub. And this is the com.brave.browser. That is the name for this application. And we are almost finished installing here. Scroll back up. And the next item I'm going to look into is an alternative PDF reader, which is called Ocular. Just give us one moment though. I'm trying to see if it'll finish up. There we go. So let's do Ocular. And we have a couple different options here. So we have this one here or this one here. I'm just going to select in this first one and I'll show you how we can jump between both. So right here, same thing. We can see the package type, which is a Flatpak. And down here, we can see the size for this one, which is 869 megabytes to download, but 2.9 gigabytes of disk space. That's because all the libraries, dependencies, and everything come with it. Flatpaks are a sandboxed application, if you will. And then if we go over to System Package, one moment here, we can see 95 megabytes to download and only 360 megabytes of disk space. And that's because we don't need all those dependencies, and therefore it's actually installed on the physical device as opposed to being a sandboxed application. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and select System Package and install. Hit continue. Type in that super secret password, and that's because it's installing to the device. And we can see now, installing, kicking off. And last item here, we're going to do VLC Media Player. And that's just because I think personally it's the better option for both an audio and video tool. And we can see here the package type is a system package. And system package, since this is a Debian / Ubuntu derivative, it is an APT or Debian package. And bear with us here, it's still loading. And that could just be because the other one, we can click into this app menu here and show installed applications. We see Brave. Okay, so Ocular is still installing. So we're gonna go ahead and go back. I'm gonna go to Ocular and just see where that's at. Boom, it looks like it's finished up. So let's click back into, oh, that's right. Okay, so in the installation application folder, boom, here we go. So we can see that one's finished up. We're gonna go back, not Ocular, we're gonna do VLC. And click back into this one here. And now that Ocular is complete, we can install this option. Hit continue. And same thing, we can see 14 megabytes to download and 63 megabytes of disk space. So system packages are by far lighter than Flatpaks and Snappaks, but Flatpaks and Snappaks are a sandboxed application, so I guess they would be more recognized as a safer option, if you will. However, we're going to go ahead and close out of this. And we're going to click into our app menu. And we're going to come up to Internet, and we see Brave. We're going to go into Office, we can see Ocular, and we'll go into Sound, and we can see VLC Media Player. So there we go, we have all of our applications installed. So next, we're going to go ahead and download some items and show the viewers and media players. All right, in this one, we're going to go ahead and download a few files here, just so that way we can do a test run with some of these viewers and media players. So I'm going to come down to App menu, and I'm going to go ahead and go to Internet. I'm going to right click on this one, Add to Panel, and we're just going to drag that up right here. Let's open our browser. Bear with me here, maximize that. And I'm going to go to my local portal file server / file storage device. And here we are. And then I'm going to come into my documents directory, go to notes. Actually, let's go back. Let's do projects. And we'll do Linux Mint Pop! OS PDF. I'm going to go ahead and download this. Downloads folder is fine. Hit save. And I'm just going to go ahead and close out of this tab. Now I'm going to come into pictures or my media directory. And we're going to go into favorites. We'll do Linux Tux. Right click, save image. Downloads, that's perfectly fine. Hit save. Yes, keep. Go back one more time. And we'll even do the Mint background. I'm actually going to put this under pictures and hit save. All right, let's go ahead and minimize here. And let's come into our folder. Go into downloads. And first item here, so the PNG file, we should be able to just double click. And that opens right up in our image viewer, which is right here. Let's go ahead and close out of that. We can double click on the PDF. And that should automatically open in our document viewer, which is right here. Or we can right click and open with Ocular. And what's nice with this is we get text selection as well as a highlighter. So just a few more tools. Let's go ahead and discard that. Now we're going to go into videos, and we're going to play back one of these walkthrough videos that we've created. So I'm just going to double click it, see if it opens up in celluloid, which it did. Here we are. This is Linux Mint Cinnamon 22.2. This is the default. And we can see the video does play back in the default video player. Or we can right click and open with VLC Media Player. Do not allow. Hit continue. Alright, here we are. This is Linux Mint Cinnamon 22.2. This is the default desktop. And we can see it also works in the VLC Media Player. Now, last item here I did, which was in pictures. I'm just going to go ahead and right click on this, set as wallpaper, and boom, there we go. That's it for this one.